how we say it take a village to raise a child? But what if the village is retarded? What you think it's gonna produce? You know how we say it take a village to raise a child? But what if the village is retarded? What you think it's gonna produce?
What do we do if the village is retarded? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other with the greatest podcast host in the world, yours truly. Thank y'all for joining me once again. And we got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. Got one of my regulars co-hosting with me. And if y'all here with us right now, y'all are here for the unofficial start of the weekend. I hope everybody had a good week. I know myself, I've had a pretty good week. Shout out to Scooties, shout out to Mac, as those lovely individuals did. If you are viewing right now, make sure you send up a little shout out send a little message in the chat so I can give you your proper shout out. Now, I don't normally start the show off like this, but one of my coworkers told me the funniest story ever earlier. So we was going to lunch. He went to the bathroom. He comes out. He was like, yo, I just thought about this story. He was like, one time I went to the bathroom. I went to the urinal. And he was like, a little person came walking in and went to the little person urinal next to me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But, he ain't had no choice. It's the only little person urinal in here. So he said, so I'm peeing and the little person looks up at me. So he was like, this little person is checking out my meat. So he said, hey, I don't roll like that. He said the little person looked at him and was like, me neither. But right now you splashing me. When I tell y'all, I absolutely died, and I just needed to share that message with everybody. Back to regular scheduled programming. If you are here right now, you are watching on the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the big exclusive network. If you got a podcast idea, if your podcast needs a home, you want your podcast broadcast on a bigger platform, make sure you come over to the winning team, man. We got space for everybody. Everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. But also make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the network. You're not going to want to miss the exclusive content that we are bringing next year. We kicking in the door with the 4-4. All you going to hear is BEN, don't hit me no more. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Now, also make sure you get your exclusive membership because you don't want to miss the content that everybody ain't going to see on YouTube. Only if you got that exclusive membership will you be able to see some of the most exclusive content in the world. I mean, next year I'm gonna do another hot seat, and if you saw my first hot seat, it was nothing held back. I can only imagine what'll be in the tuck for the next one. But also, if you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, if you would like your business or anything spotlighted, make sure you DM or inbox me. And ladies, so get right to the front. Before I go any further, I want to send a special happy birthday shout out to my dog, one of my best friends in the world, my sister. One time she said, it's like we came out the same vagina. Happy birthday to Nikki Boo, aka Nikki, a co-host up here quite a few times a couple weeks ago. If you didn't see that episode, make sure you go back and check it. But happy birthday to my sis Nikki. Hope you are enjoying your day, because you should be motherfucking tuned in. If you're not, that's another issue. But without further ado, bring up my co-host for this evening, El Presidente. How are you this evening? I can't hear you. Is that me tripping or is it you?
That was me. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm blessed. Oh, look, we got the little
Bless
Christmas here.
you. Oh,
Okay, okay. Oh, and then switch up on us. So we ain't playing
Oh,
around
he fancy.
today.
You fancy.
But with that being said, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. Big exclusive producer, bring up my first topic, please.
Stop it!
Okay, we're ready. Holy mackerel!
Yeah, I got some viewers in the chat. What up, Roy T. Khanif? Boozer, I believe that's my dog Tay. If that's who I think it is, appreciate you tuning in, good brother. But we have been getting our ass kicked by Mother Nature for the last 2 weeks. And it's
I'm not
crazy
feeling it.
because the storms are actually a little bit reversed from what they normally are, because normally it snows worse up north and uh and a little lighter down south. But in Richmond, Virginia, last week alone, they got 11 inches of snow. And that was
More
just the
power to him.
weekend. My
More
daughter
power
was
to him.
like, did it snow on Monday? I said, baby girl, it ain't snow. She said, ain't no way it ain't snow. I said, baby girl, it ain't a lick of snow on the ground. She
Can
said,
keep
how are you
all
not
that.
even that far away? It was crazy. But the craziest part is, do you know winter has not even officially started?
I noticed that, but it's cold as hell. Cause I'm
It's
telling you, I
cool.
walked outside and
Hell.
my fingertips were frostbitten.
Now, El Presidente, you saw the clips. Do you have a bad fall story?
Yeah, and I don't want to tell it.
I will
I'm
tell
glad. I'm
you.
glad I ain't break my damn shoulder falling
I'm
like
gonna
that
tell
on that
you.
snow.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what I think is absolutely worse than the snow, and I think it's God's cruel joke to us. Because you can't tell me that God don't have a sense of humor. I'm gonna tell my story. I was walking outside one day. It's the morning time. I'm like, all right, let me go grab some extra diapers out the car. My daughter's real small at the time. So I walk out the door now. I had just got this Verizon phone. I think it was called like the chocolate. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the shit because it used to slide up. I used to think I was the shit. Hello? And when somebody pissed me off, I hit that joint, hit the joint like this. Motherfucker. But I was walking out the house and I slipped on a top step. I didn't know. So when I slipped, I mean, it was black ice. I did not know it was black ice. I slipped on the top step. The phone flew in the air. So I'm steady trying to catch the phone. I'm like this. I hit the bottom step. Now, it was 5 steps. I slipped down all of them.
Mm.
Hit the ground. Boom. Phone falls right next to me. My back was injured for like 3 days. I was at work, hunched over there, like, you good? I'm not. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
What up, niece? Thank you for checking in with us this evening. With that being said, since Tiff is scared, I'll
I
put
ain't
this
telling that.
money.
I ain't telling that damn story. I almost broke my freaking neck sliding
Oh,
that. All right.
oh, wait. Watch how I embarrass myself after this next one. Producer, play my next topic, please.
For a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of this.
Oh, man.
Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
It really looks just like.
Now, this story has no real relevance And honestly, I think that definitely look easy to draw. And honestly, I think it was AI, but we just gonna treat this like it was a real story. Now, I brought this story up because it resonated with me. I remember when I was in Japan, I'm walking around with my guy Jacob, and I think his in-laws. So we walking around. There's a guy out there that's he's drawing pictures. So I'm like, oh, all right, how much? So I think he said like $30. I'm like, all right, bet. I give him $30. He's sitting there now. I'm on this side, all my folks is back there, and he's drawing a picture, and I just see people going. Now, mind you, I done already gave him the 25. I still have this picture to this day, and it's normally up there, but I brought it down because you probably really can't see it. This is the picture that individual drew of me. When he gave me the picture, I was like,
Who the hell is that?
I was sitting
Who
there,
in the
and
hell is that?
everybody was laughing. I was laughing. Yo, what up, good brother Rel? I was laughing, but deep down inside, I said, I should whoop your motherfucking ass because you just played in my fucking face. With that being said, producer. What up? What up, King Stokes? Producer, play my next clip, please.
Department of Corrections says a drone carrying steak and crab legs landed in a prison yard at the Lee Correctional Institution in Bishopville. Well, guards, they seized the contraband on Sunday. Inside the illicit package, look what they found. Steak, crab legs, cartons of cigarettes, marijuana, and don't forget that Old Bay seasoning. Well, prison officials are now investigating flying a drone near a prison carries up to 30 days in jail, and then dropping contraband could land you 10 years in prison.
Now,
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing at the picture.
because
Who the fuck is that?
why are you playing my face like that?
Oh, that's
So,
terrible.
so, Tiff, God forbid your dude gets booked. He like, bae, I need you to send me that Valentine's Day package. Are you flying a drone into the prison to get bae them crab legs and that steak?
Absolutely not. You can enjoy you can dine on them and enjoy that when you get out. I'm not. No, I'm not
But
spending no time in jail trying to get you no contraband. Hell
but
no.
but girl, I'm gonna be out in like another like 2 months. They got
And
they
you
ain't
can
got
savor
nothing
the
on.
flavor when you get out in 2 months. Because I'm not putting myself up on the auction block for that. No,
Listen,
both of us can't be in there.
I think the prison guards was just play hitting because I would have took said contraband
Look,
and how much you want it for. You can get it, but how much you gonna pay for it?
hello.
And that's the reason why I have not been involved in a prison system in any kind of capacity in jail or guarding prisoners because I am a capitalist. I'm gonna find a way to make some money out of this. That's why God don't make mistakes. He knew what he was doing. But
Mm.
this one is a good one. Producer, my next topic, please. Okay. In 2023, New Jersey woman Beverly Ellis Heber, can't see that, who regularly flies from Philadelphia to her second home in Jacksonville, Florida, accidentally ended up in Jamaica due to a gate change. Ellis briefly stepped away to use the restroom, and when she returned, she was rushed onto the plane. Shortly after boarding, the flight crew informed her that the plane was actually en route to Jamaica. Without a passport, she could not leave the aircraft. Upon landing and return in the gateway, where the crew stayed with her until the flight back to Philadelphia. Angry OG, what up, good brother? All right, you can take that down. Now, if that ain't some salty shit,
That's some BS.
that you
That's
ain't
some
gonna listen.
BS.
we can't let you go nowhere. Now, have you had an airport mishap similar to this?
Never. No.
Oh, and I'm glad that Scooty is up here. So I remember, actually, coincidentally, it was at the job that I'm at right now, but I was working here a few years ago in a different capacity. So they were sending me to Hawaii, and oopsies is crazy, but they were sending me to Hawaii. So I was making a joke. I was like, oh, one of my homies just got they call it PCS in the army, where you move from one base to another base. I'm like, she just got PCS to Seattle, and that's where my layover is. I might just stay over there for a little bit. Ha 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 ha. I'm laughing and joking. My flight gets to Seattle now. It was only about a 15-minute layover, but I took the chance. I'm like, if I could get there at that time, I'm good. So I get there, I rush, I get to the terminal, and it was like your terminal got moved. I was like, oh shit. So I get on a little shuttle, fly all the way over there. I run up. The plane hasn't left yet. There's a guy in front of me, and they're like, "You were pushing it, but we'll let you in." So he goes up. He's at the door. So I'm sitting there. I show the lady my ticket. She was like, "You missed your flight." I said, "The plane hasn't moved. The door hasn't opened. That man is right there about to board the plane too." She was like, "You can't board this plane." I was sitting there looking like,
Don't.
I said, "Are you serious?" So the dude that was next to her, I could tell that she must have been some kind of supervisor, because he was like, I mean, I said, "This some bullshit." So they let him on a flight, and they was like, "You can go there in the customer service and figure out your connecting flight to Hawaii, because this is the last flight to go to Hawaii." And I was like,
That's crazy.
so I called. I said, "Hey, Scooty, remember when I said I'm gonna come visit you when I come to Seattle? Can you come pick me up?" She was like, "You fucking with me?" Nope. She came and picked me up. We had a time that night, and the next day, she woke up early. Bless her heart. Took me to the airport, and I flew to Hawaii. But when I tell you salty,
Yo, I'd have
that
been pissed. I'd have been hot. I hear about
salty.
a lot of horror stories. Thank God I have not been a part of none of that.
Listen, it ain't
Because I
the it
might
ain't
show
the
my ass, my whole entire black ass.
See, I didn't want to show my black ass yet because I still needed their help.
True. There's a time and a place to show your ass.
Never could find that ramen place again. That was crazy because we definitely found that ramen place on a whim, and the shit was slaps. But with that being said, producer, my next topic. Female gym teacher allegedly sent explicit text and photos to a 13-year-old student. Now, Tiff, you having two sons, you go and you check your youngest phone, you see some explicit pictures coming from a teacher. What is your first thought?
My first thought is to contact the principal. Well, first I'm gonna question my child. I'm gonna question my boys. Then I'm going to call the school. Then I'm going up to said school and I'm whooping her ass. Don't you ever send my sons that are underage explicit pictures and text messages. I don't play that. My son is 20 now. I have a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old, okay? And 14-year-old daughter. I'm checking their phones all the time. I pay that bill. Nothing better not
Wow.
come through. That should not come through. Because we gonna have a problem.
My mom took my phone one time because I've always had to pay my own phone bill. She took my phone one time because I ain't pay my
You gotta
bill.
pay
And
your
we
own
still,
phone bill.
yeah, I had to pay my own. I paid my own phone bill my entire life.
Ooh.
But my mom took my phone bill. I mean, I ain't paid my phone bill that much, so she took my phone and she went through it and saw some nasty messages between me and my me and my little baby at the time. She was like, "Oh, that's how y'all be talking? You should mind your business."
Because technically
but
you pay the bill, so
but I knew you was gonna get serious, and I
hey,
am not.
royalty, don't do that. Royalty, don't do that. Now you saying too much.
Now
You
I
saying
knew you
too
was going.
much.
I knew you was gonna serious this out because I'm coming with straight jokes.
I
Now,
know you are.
I, listen, teacher would have been sending me that. She would have been getting arrested for more than just sending them pictures. Let me tell you. First of all, you handled that wrong because when you discovered the pictures, you should have sent the pictures to Mike and let Mike go up to school. And he said, "My son can't handle this, but I can."
Get the I have no words. I have absolutely no words. I should have known. I should have known, but as a mom, no. Absolutely not.
As a
That was
mom,
unacceptable. As a
as a
mother, that is
mom,
unacceptable.
now as a mom, you would have grabbed that
No,
phone.
Shannon. No, Shannon.
You as a mom,
Royalty, you like I said, you saying too much. Be quiet.
you would have grabbed that phone and looked like. Oh, that is going to be the joke of the night. Now, to the only topic that we have outside of this one that actually will be a little bit serious for if it bleeds, it leaves. Producer, play my next clip, please.
If I'm gonna get mad, I'm gonna do something to one of y'all niggas. Like, that's how it's gonna end. So I'm gonna get up and just slide off. That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah.
We having a conversation, bro.
No, y'all not. No, I feel like y'all niggas being disrespectful. I feel disrespected.
Ain't nobody
Ain't nobody
curse at you.
disrespect you.
Ain't nobody transgress no type of harm upon
All
you.
right. That's all.
Yeah, what?
Alright, fuck it, it's over
I don't
then.
even know these niggas. Y'all on these niggas.
We just having a conversation,
Oh,
bro.
y'all niggas ain't fair with y'all conversation. I ain't gonna keep on allowing it to happen. I'm cool. That's all.
Alright, Chair Mac, you want to say something? Because he in his feelings.
My feelings. What'd you say?
I'm telling you, bro.
It's not.
Just go ahead, bro.
Chill. It's not that deep.
Go ahead, just go ahead.
No, we ain't. Yeah, it's not that.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Just chill, bro.
I don't know.
Now, in that particular video, two podcasters were having a beef and they met up to have a talk about it to clear the air. And Johnny Mac, as you can see in the video, I don't know what was said up to that point, but something got him a little emotional. And he stood up and he said what he said, and what transpired. Now, what were your thoughts on that video?
I think everything was over exaggerated. Like it wasn't that serious. First of all, why you got a gun? Why'd you bring a gun there? Is it that deep? And why you bitching? If y'all supposed to be there to work things out or talk things out, you should already know that at some point in time it might be a little heavy conversation. You should be prepared for that. You a whole grown ass man. Stop bitching. You girling.
So I did happen to, so I actually saw the response from the guy that clutched the weapon before I saw this video. And what he said was, he was like, "Yo, I'm from down 43rd Street." He was like, "Yo, I ain't never been a fighter." He was like, "Anybody around here can tell you I've never been a fighter." He was like, "My issue was the way he approached me." So I will agree, the way he approached him was a little bit because you're yelling. We already know it's a hostile environment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people are able to stay hot-headed. Now, he said what he said the first time, like, "I'm gonna end up hurting one of y'all." You threw a red flag out there. Now you got him on guard. Then you start to walk towards him, and the young man he's not a fighter. Now, even if you don't know him in that capacity, I'm not going to walk up on somebody that I have tension with yelling, because it automatically raises the temperature.
Exactly. Why would you do that? Like if you're sitting there having a conversation trying to squash something, like I said, you should know that tensions are gonna get high a little bit. You should expect that already. But why are you making the situation even worse?
For sure.
Just doing the most for no
And
reason.
I'm really big on, if you yelling at me, don't approach me. Don't approach me at all. Friend, family, mother.
When you yell at me, it's over.
don't
The conversation is over.
don't
I'm not talking to you.
because
You can yell, you can talk to yourself at that point.
you also had me at a disadvantage because you're over top of me. So it's but so much I can do. I'm in a vulnerable state and I don't like being vulnerable in any capacity. So I thought that was very interesting, but I mean I kind of understood. I don't think I would have escalated it that far, but I
I
thought
wouldn't have I wouldn't have showed the strap, like, because then that
that
just makes things
escalates
even
another
worse.
thing
It just
because
makes it even worse.
my father also taught me don't pull it
Don't pull it
unless you're
out if
going to
you're not
use it
going to use
because
it.
that
Yeah,
person is always going to remember that you pulled your gun on him. So
absolutely.
if you pull your gun, you better kill him.
Like, just all the way around. Both of them were wrong.
I mean,
In my opinion, they were both wrong.
you better unalive. But when he walked up on him with that gun, he looked up like,
Stop it. Stop. Hold up. No, really, who the fuck is that?
oh man, now producer, my next topic, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the man on the left is Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes wants to sue Instagram because he sent $62,000 to the individual, well, the young lady on the right, and he found out that the young lady on the right is actually AI. Now, El Presidente, what do you have to say to Matt Barnes?
You was a big dummy. How were you thinking? Why are you, first and foremost, why are you sending a female money like that anyway that you never met? What is wrong with you?
For sure, for
Like, you
sure.
ain't you like, especially in this day and time, you don't know what's AI and what's not now. We got AI music artists. Like, come on. Do your
I,
research, do your history, meet somebody first before you start sending somebody some damn money. Like, come
a
on.
man of
Are
his
you
level,
desperate?
a man of his level of like status, I was surprised because I mean, he did, I believe, like 10 plus years in the NBA. You've been around enough that you should know game being played. But
Absolutely.
how
But you
would I
tricking like
mean?
that?
I mean, you're on a big podcast platform. You're on ESPN. You're traveling a lot. You're in
You should
spaces where
know
you can.
better.
You're in spaces where you can meet women. Why are you sending 62,000 on? I want to know what AI was saying to him that had him like, girl.
What was you saying? No, the AI was busting it wide open. That's what it was.
He was he was jacking off the AI pussy. This
Like,
is
come on. Yeah,
crazy.
like, but you
Should it?
tricking like that off of people you don't even know?
Oh my
You
God!
can't be desperate. You can't
Bring
be
up Ryan.
desperate.
Wait, bring up Ryan Stokes' post real quick. Should have had Derek Fisher check her resume first. That
Yo,
is a wild statement. If you don't get what he's referring to, apparently Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes were teammates. You know, they had family gatherings and everything. He got traded. So apparently, some kind of way, Derek Fisher and his wife started sleeping together behind his back. So he was at an away game and one of his kids called and was like, "Hey, Dad, Uncle Derek's here, and he's in a room with Mom." Matt Barnes drove overnight. I can't remember how many hours, but it was enough hours that from the time that his kids called him, he was there before the morning time. He walked in his house and beat Derek Fisher's ass. But
as he should. But you should have
Matt
been smart enough not to get played by AI.
Matt Barnes, I just want to say for you sending $62,000 to an AI person that you've never met before, producer, drop it.
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut.
Cause how?
No,
How, Sway?
dumb as hell. It
You
can't be
know,
desperation because it's not like you can't get another. Wait a minute, isn't he engaged or isn't he with somebody?
I don't even know. But I know when he found out that there's 62,000 with the
Don't do
AI,
it.
he was in there like that. With that being said, producer, play my funny my funny
That
video
shit
of the
is
week.
terrible.
Friend named Anthony, Anthrax, Antagonist, Canthony, Anthropology, Anthonibriated, Ant-Man, Rigatoni, Tony Baloney, My Little Tony. Just go with the middle bit. Ho, Anthony, Uncle Thony, Scramthony, Always Thunny in Philadelphia, Enthusiastic consent. Anthem my pants. Grayson and Anthony. Q and Anthony. Walking in a winter wonderland. Anthony.
So Saturday, I'm sitting there. I was getting ready to go to a friend's party, and I got an inbox. I got a DM from somebody, a friend from around here, but we don't normally trade videos and reels on on Instagram. So I'm like, "What's this?" I click on it, and that's what played. I said, I said, when it said nicknames for your friend named Anthony, I said, "Oh, this is about to be." When he said we could just stick with the middle, I was like, "Oh, it just keeps getting worse."
Uh-huh.
And in my
Mm-hmm.
pants, I was like, I actually hate him. he said,
Question.
he said, ants on the face that they
Stop
drew.
playing. Yo, no, what I was going to ask you was he the same person that made that goulash? That person that tried to poison you with that bullshit ass food?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she is referring to the white people macaroni and cheese
That
that
is disgusting.
so
That's third-degree murder.
I show up to this Friendsgiving and they was like, "Hey, we made some macaroni and cheese special for you." And they give it to me and I look and there's craisins in this.
It was like rocks in the middle,
And I was
rat
like,
droppings.
first of all, y'all know how I feel about white people making macaroni and cheese anyway. Why would y'all do this? And they was laughing. They was like, it was a joke. I was like, I don't think y'all was joking. I
Was it
really think
Kraft macaroni and cheese with raisins?
so I'm gonna tell you something. Just you just close your eyes and eat it. Hell
Ew, no, you
no.
don't. Ew,
Hell no.
ew.
Now the
I got a
macaroni,
lump in my throat with that one. Ew.
so the thing is white people do too much when they make macaroni and cheese because the macaroni and cheese they made last year, it made do. It was cool, but this year it was spicy. I took a bite. I was
Spicy.
like,
What the hell they put in to make it spicy?
I ate a little bit more. I was like,
First of
so I
all,
was,
girl, why would you eat it?
so I didn't know it was spicy at first. So
You
I
know
was
who
sitting,
made it. That's enough.
so I crushed that plate up because that was the only thing left. And as I was going, no, I was going to throw it in the trash can, and the cook was right near the trash can. I was like, oh shit. I crushed that shit up. It was just like, oh man, I'm full. Food was good. Cause I mean,
I get this shit out of my face. How dare you disrespect me like that? I don't play when it
yeah.
comes to food because we got a potluck coming up at work. And needless to say, I ain't going.
Oh yeah, work potlucks be interesting
I don't
because
do potluck.
I remember I was sitting there and one year they had this work potluck and they was like, oh my gosh, Jim's wife made the cookies. These cookies are amazing. So I'm like, all right. I ate one cookie. I was like, why do cookies taste like fish? They was like, shh. I was like, this shit tastes like fish. They was like, can you lower your voice? No. Why would y'all hype Jim wife cookies up like that? I'm
Mm-mm,
mad as
that's
shit.
nasty. I'm still somebody's still trying to swallow down somebody's pumpkin loaf bread that they made for last week's party. I'm like, why would you eat that? It look like a rock. And you know this person don't wash their hands. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm
Yeah.
not eating that.
Yeah, and then you also got to pay attention to your coworkers, the way they keep their desk, because that'll tell you a lot about a person. First, last, what up with you?
How about when they
But
sneeze? You know a lot about a person when they sneeze. If they don't cover their mouth and they just sneeze all over the place, they nasty.
so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know if there's a problem here, then it might be a problem everywhere. There is outbreak of the norovirus. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the norovirus, what it is essentially you will be shitting and throwing up at the same time, and it is running rampant. Make sure you are washing your hands because the report I saw on the news was that hand sanitizer is not enough to kill the germs from this bacteria. So just make sure you are washing your hands because I was at work the other day and I was taking my coffee shit and I heard an individual walk in the bathroom, pee, and walk out the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know adults still did that.
Yes, you'd be surprised. All the females at my job that do that.
Well, women bathrooms are nasty anyway. I would not
No,
want to be a fly
women,
in that
women,
one.
women are nasty.
Yeah.
Women are nasty. Cause and then they be the same ones. Oh yeah, come to the party. They be the ones that be suggesting the potlucks. Ma'am, you don't wash your hands. No,
And
thank you.
a lesson that my dad taught me very young from being raised by folks that deal in real estate. The women that come out the prettiest and looking like $1,000 normally be the nastiest. And with that being said, producer, let's jump into that lounge talk. Oh, pull up Scooty's comment for a second. Scooty, it's funny that you say that because I remember we had this one drill sergeant that would come in at night and he would just fuck with us. So one day, one of my battle buddies was like, "Hey, drill sergeant, why is it at night you come in to our bears and you like fuck with us for no reason?" He was like, "Oh, because my office is the women's barracks." And he was like, "One, I don't want to be around a lot of like a bunch of young, impressionable girls and they report something on me. So I try to spend as least amount of time in there. And I just like
But
fucking with y'all. So I'll be over here fucking with y'all every night that I'm on duty." I was like, ain't that some shit?
it makes
But
sense.
ladies and gentlemen, my first my wine cooler topic is gonna choose a little violence. Now, I was watching the Joe Budden podcast the other day, and they were having a conversation about favorite kids. Now, parents with multiple kids lie all the fucking time and say that they don't have a favorite. I don't know why y'all continuously lie because every parent has a favorite. Now, I won't ask you your favorite on air, but what I will say is it led to a deeper conversation. So they said, which one of your siblings is the favorite? And everybody was like, ooh. Now, some people were lying to themselves and flat out saying, like, oh, I'm the favorite. And then as they started to question it a little bit more, it was like, are you really the favorite? XYZ. So I'm going to ask you, of your siblings, who's the favorite?
My little brother.
Oh, so you know.
Oh, I know for a fact.
And audience, feel free to comment. Oh, you said you know for a fact.
I
Now,
know for a
what
fact.
makes you feel that your little brother is the favorite?
Because the way I was raised and the way he was raised, totally different. My mom was so much more lenient. Maybe I can go with the fact that we're 10 years apart. But then again, I don't know. It's like she was so much more lenient with him. Like she babied him almost. I didn't get that babying. It could
You
be two
know,
sides of the coin, maybe because I'm a girl and you know how a lot of moms say, oh, I gotta be tough on the girls. That's bullshit.
you know, I think that that's actually twofold because one, I think he could have definitely been the favorite because he was 10 years younger.
Hmm.
But also, I think that when you're the youngest, your parents have learned because the first child is the experiment. So the parents have learned from things that they did with the first child that they wish they could have did differently. They do differently with
True.
the I mean, even not even the youngest. With the second child, they do things differently. With how many ever ones they always switch up something because you got time to reflect, think about the past things that you've done, the mistakes you've made. I
True.
want to do
True.
different with this one. And then also for the most part, as your parents get older, they also accumulate more wealth so they can do more with the younger children than they could with the first.
That's true. I'll say that. I'll say after my last child, I was a pro. So you couldn't tell me I was cool. My first with my son, oh my God, I was crying every night because I didn't know what to do. I was just looking at the child like, what do I do with you?
You know, I'm glad that you said that because one time I was at a family reunion and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, who you see on the Ant Money experience, This is me all the time. This is not an act. I ain't like this at church. I'm like this at
Yes.
work. I ain't like this in front of my mother. No act here. You know what? I'll put a little caveat. I just don't cuss as much in front of my mother. But I remember one of my cousins was like, Miriam, your son is so crazy. How did he get that way? Did he drop? Did he fall and drop on his head? My mom was like, it was this one time. He was like 3 months, and I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was rolling yet. So he rolled and he fell on the floor and he rolled under the bed, and everybody's like, ha ha ha. I'm like, I'm glad that y'all find child neglect hilarious.
No, that happened. No, that happened with my first son. He rolled underneath the bed. And I'm like, where is my child? And I'm looking, I hear him. And I said, what the fuck? This child is bed looking at me like,
Help me now. But wait, man, kids bounce. That is wild. Now, I won't add holier than thou because I did have a slight moment similar to this. I went put my daughter in her car seat, and car seats are like puzzle pieces when you're trying to get that part to
that little piece in the
click, and
middle.
then clack.
Yes.
So I'm
Uh-huh.
sitting there and I'm trying to configure the puzzle piece in front of me. And I was leaned over and my phone was in my shirt pocket and it falls out and smacks my daughter in the face. Boom. I was like,
Oh, it wasn't that flip phone, was it?
so, you know, as a matter of fact, that was the phone that
That was
smacked
the
her in
flip
the face.
phone.
So I looked down at her. She looked up at me. She started laughing. I said, I'm glad you think this shit is funny.
Look,
But, ladies and gentlemen, now to my lounge talk topic for this evening. Now, unless it's something that's going to trigger a person, I will let them know ahead of time. For the most part, I like to
damn,
bring my guests up.
princess.
I like to bring my guests up here and just surprise them.
Oh,
Now, my question for you, because I actually had this question in a tuck for you, and I kind of asked you in one way, but I evolved on this question since the first time I believe I asked you. Now, regarding relationships, what relationship style do you prefer? Do you prefer a partnership where everything is equal with responsibility and stuff like that with the relationship, or do you prefer to be taken care of in this new term that I'm finding, princess treatment? Now, if
okay.
you're unfamiliar with princess treatment, what I gathered, because I watched a couple of videos on YouTube and then I went out in the field and started asking people. So what I gathered from princess treatment is that the lady is cared for, where all her needs are being taken care of, and she assumes a role of just submission where the man is taking care of everything and she just kind of she still supports, but she kind of takes a step back in terms of the relationship and lets the guy run everything. Now, in terms of what you in your relationship preference, what do you prefer?
Hmm. I really don't have a preference, I'll be honest. I'll
Okay.
say what I'm accustomed to.
Okay.
What I'm accustomed to is a 50-50, which things are not going to always be 50-50.
Okay.
There is somebody that's going to bring more than the other. And I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So as of right now, I'm getting used to, I guess, the princess treatment, and it's very foreign to me. Um, I'm in a situation where my person pretty much does everything, and I basically am told to just sit back and just let me handle it. And we had a conversation where as though, okay, I'm not used to, like, I'll go out on a date. We'll go out on a date. I'm used to pulling out my wallet as well, or I'm used to taking care of the bill. Our very first date, he took care of it. So once we got to know each other, I knew what he liked, and I said, you know what? I want to take you to this restaurant because I know you like this particular food. So
Okay.
I took him to this restaurant, and when I tell you he looked uncomfortable the entire time, we went outside, and this is our second date, mind you. Went outside, we end up talking until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just out in the
Dang.
parking lot. And I said, what did we say? Take me. We ended up talking till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just in the parking lot. And I said, let me ask you something. You looked really uncomfortable the whole time at the restaurant. Is everything okay? He said, Tiff, I'm kind of glad you asked me that. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I felt like an entire bitch. What do you mean? He said, Tiffany, I'm a man. I'm supposed to be the one taking care of everything. Not that I don't appreciate it, but if I can't take care of you, then I don't need to be with you. And that's in every sense of the word. And I'm like, it kind of took me aback because it's something I'm just not accustomed to that. So our third date, we went to the carnival, and we're going to the snacks. We went to the snack booth. So I go to pull my my wallet out, and I'm thinking, he looked at me. You know how your parents look at you and they talk to you through their teeth?
Yeah.
That's what he did. He was like, you better not pull it out. And I'm like, the girl looked at me at the counter and smiled, and I looked at her and I just kind of tucked my shit away. I was like, okay. So it's not, I really don't have a preference because as long as we have an understanding, I don't mind the whole 50-50 thing. It's not a big deal to me. So
Okay.
I'm getting used to the princess treatment, and I'm just kind of like still learning some things because I'm normally used to taking the wheel sometimes. So I'm gonna be honest, some sitting back is really nice
Okay.
every now and again.
Now, before we jump around, I want to get to some of these comments. We got one comment. I think a woman has to reach that point in the relationship. No disrespect, but sometimes some women don't make it past the first date. That's a good point. She almost let it slip. Am I the only one who caught that? Yeah, big exclusive. I think you know.
What'd you
I
catch?
don't. I'm not sure what he's talking about. But before we go any further, I want to know what y'all got to say about that. And if y'all think I came here to play with y'all, god damn it, I'm not. Now, I will say that me personally, and ladies and gentlemen, the link is in the comments. If you would like to comment in on a topic, now is your time. Now, what I will say is I'm used to when I think of 50, I think my relationships have always been sort of a mixture. Because when I think of 50-50, I think that the 50-50 more so comes in when the relationship is serious to the point that y'all married or y'all living
Mhm.
together. I don't think it really applies to the relationships. Now, I think that
I got you, Neef.
I, what up, Scooty?
Hi.
Now, before I finish my comment, I'm going to let you get straight to it. What is your preference as far as your relationships? Do you prefer a 50-50 approach or do you prefer the princess treatment?
I prefer acknowledgement of the situation. What I mean by that is if I have to do everything, what are you here for? Because you're already on my nerves. So if I have to pay for everything, what are you here for? If I got to change light bulbs, what are you here for? If I have to, what are you here for? Because it's not because I love your company, because I hate being around people. I enjoy my silence. So what are you here for? If you're not making yourself useful,
Scooty just don't like humans.
I whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like my dog either, so I'll calm down. Bella's also
I've been
very
out of the
annoying.
game too long to answer this question properly. I mean, correctly. Yeah, I can see
But
that.
but no, like I, I'm not really for 50-50. But like you said, before I joined up, you were saying how like especially for like marriage and da da da. And I agree with that. Let's keep it afloat. Let's do XYZ. But 50-50 is never just 50-50, especially if you have kids. Because a lot of men are not doing 50% of the other stuff in the house. You're not doing stuff with the kids appropriate. You're not really pulling your weight in this 50-50 a lot of times. So that's a real dangerous game for people to play in a household that you're helping to maintain. I enjoy princess treatment. Open the doors, be nice. Cause I need something to think about as I'm cussing you the fuck out to kind of bring it back in. Like, you know what? Actually, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I could calm down. Because if not, what am I not yelling at you about?
Now, I think the thing about princess treatment is, when I looked further into it, it requires emphasis on the woman being submissive, because if the man is taking care of everything, then you really don't have the woman really doesn't have too much of a say. That was the common thing that I was finding, and that's where I say I want more. I have a mixture, because in relationships, I don't want to be like, one girl that I dated was very indecisive, and I made all the decisions. So when we would have arguments, she would say, "I don't like this, I don't like that." If you leave me to make all the decisions, I'm going to make them. Now, you're not going to like everything. That's where I don't agree with the princess treatment, because yes, there is a level of submission that I think you should have, and you should have the confidence that I can take care of everything. But don't be mad when I make a decision, because every decision isn't going to be right. That's where I like more of the 50-50 approach, where you can come in and you have a say. Like, I don't want to sit here and I decide this, that, and the third, and you don't like that and the third, but you don't speak up. I want you to, I feel like with the 50-50, it's more than just a financial aspect. And I think that's where a lot of people tend to take this argument. I think that with the 50-50 approach, like, you are also putting just as much effort into this relationship as I am. If you get a princess treatment, this is falling on my success or my failures. Either way is on me, and you're just kind of there. Not just saying you just exist, but you're in a supporting capacity. Whereas I want you, if I'm the king, you're the queen. We rule together. It's not just me making all the decisions.
And I
Big
also think,
exclusive. Oh, my bad.
my bad. I was just gonna say, and also think that people get like really overestimate themselves and overextend themselves, because a lot of people are not fit to lead, men, women, dogs alike. A lot of people are just fucking stupid, and you don't need to be in charge of nothing. Oh, what? Let me be in charge for what, love? You're not that smart. You think you're that smart. You think you're capable of doing these things, but you're not. I want to lead. Can you, ma'am? Can you lead? Can you do any of this? Let's open the schools back up. And also, before just real quick, I want y'all to stop sending me, because I'm sure you send it to me too. I want y'all to stop sending me that damn clip on Instagram when it's like, oh, she said she wants princess treatment, but that's just talk to niggas. And this girl's then just cussing somebody the fuck out. Just you bitch ass hoe. I want y'all to stop sending me that.
Big exclusive. Thank you for joining us this evening. What do you have to say about the topic at hand?
First of all, Scooty scares the shit out of me as a human being. As a man, I'm trying to figure out, has she ever had a relationship with a man, woman?
I'm married.
Yeah, well,
clearly I'm a toddler.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm gonna need you to get a little more therapy, okay? Because you scared me.
In therapy. My therapist is very proud of me.
For what?
We're not killing nobody.
See, she the type. She the type. Her therapist is proud of her because she didn't snap and commit mass murder. Okay,
absolutely. I mean, it would be mass murder. It'd be definitely targeted, but yeah.
When you talk, it feels like she's on the edge, like really hurting somebody. And I'm trying to figure out, when are you happy? Right?
I'm always happy.
I've never seen it. I never
happy
seen
right now. See, that's that misogynistic bullshit right there.
Oh,
because I'm never smiling. I'm not happy. Smile, queen. Smile, queen.
Let's bring it back, ladies and gentlemen. Big exclusive. What do you have to say about the topic at hand?
At hand.
Scooty is insane. That's really all I came here to say. And I fuck with Scooty.
I'm tired of him and Ron, actually.
Look, I fuck with Scooty the long way. She just scares the shit out of me. But to answer the question, like that whole 50-50 thing, I think that should never be a topic. I think as human beings, our lives as individuals is never 100% there. Like at the end of the day, some days I only got 30% to give, and I'm not getting out the bed. This
You
is
better
that
find that up to 20, nigga.
Yeah, listen.
Them dishes ain't gonna wash themselves.
Listen, Tiff will tell you, this is that time of year for me. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. Tiff will tell you, I ain't talked to Tiff. Well, I had to talk to her the last couple of days, but prior to that, I hadn't really talked to her. And me and Tiff thick as thieves, right? So we talk all the time, but it's just this time of year, I don't have it all to give. So the reality of any situation in any relationship, you're supposed to be there to supplement where your partner doesn't have 50%, doesn't have 60, 70, 80%. People get sick and they go down. Like you're supposed to be able to be there to uplift each other, whatever that percentage may be. Okay, whatever it is. I'm never waiting on 50-50 for a woman to make a decision because they can't make a decision for the most part. Only when it, hold on, before Scooty lose her shit, only when it comes to food, choosing where to eat. I'm never waiting on a woman to go 50. I'm going to make the choice every time because they never know where the fuck they want to eat. But,
well, there's a life hack. There's a life hack to that. All you have to do is start naming shit that you know they don't want to eat. They'll figure out what they want to eat real quick.
I like that you said that also because I noticed that with a lot of, and I hear a lot of conversation. Like I just heard a conversation in the elevator yesterday where these ladies were talking, and apparently her man wasn't doing something. So she got really offended. Well, if you're not going to do that, then what am I here for? Don't waste my time. Okay, if you're in a partnership, aren't you supposed to balance each other out and lift each other up?
Exactly.
That's what I thought.
Exactly.
I mean, even with my situation, whatever you want to call it, we balance each other out. I'm getting used to the treatment. However, we come together and we make decisions on certain things. I might not have it one day, as far as I might just mentally not be there, and he will lift me up and vice versa. I mean, we all go through things in life as adults. We are parents, we run companies, we have jobs, so we're not going to always be there at 50%, at 80%. It's just not going to happen. And the expectation of that, I think, is unrealistic and it's very selfish. And I think that's why there are a lot of people that are not in relationships and why there are a lot of broken homes and broken relationships, because people don't have that mentality that it's okay if someone is lacking something at some certain times. Now, all the time, no, I don't see that for you. But every now and again, you have to have the expectation if we're going to have a grown relationship.
And let me just say this before I get out of here. I think a lot of times, and mainly men for that matter, they get leadership confused with dictatorship, right?
Absolutely.
So
I'm gonna give the dick shit.
All right.
Shut up, Aunt.
Listen,
dictation, if you will.
Listen, I'm gonna tell a quick story before I get to my point. I'm gonna make it really quick, but I think it's funny because you just said that. I was at a Super Bowl party with my homie, right? It was at his crib. We was over there chilling. His wife hooked everything up. She laid it all out. But he was kind of running her ragged, right? And she was like, I ain't gonna say his name, blase blah. You better stop trying to tell me what to do. You getting on my nerves. You can get up too. He looked this girl dead in her face and said, I dictate and you take dick. I got up and got my coat and walked the fuck out because I ain't standing around for that. I knew that right there was gonna go crazy.
That's so disrespectful.
What I want to do,
you funny. You funny. That's like this crazy joke, but you funny. Don't worry about it.
Listen,
I say right there, nigga. You funny.
Won't be in here tonight.
Yeah, I got out of there, seriously. But what I wanted to say is, men, understand the difference between a dictatorship and being a leader. If you're a true leader, you'll never have to ask that woman to follow. She'll naturally submit and follow your lead. And
it's automatic, baby.
It's not about telling what somebody to do. The very first thing a great leader does is listen. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
And I think a lot of times
through this evening, good brother.
And I think that a lot of times too, like people get really like caught up on like words that one they don't really know, then they don't really understand the definition of, and like
that part,
the task of. Because even like, because me personally, I'm not submitting to shit. I'm not a submitter. But what I can do is like I can work with you. We can mesh together. I can come in. I'm like water. I can fill in all the spaces that you need filled in. I can do all these different things. What you're not gonna do, like Big Exclusive said, is talk to me like this. You're not going. I'm not your maid. I'm not your sex slave. I'm not none of these things. You're not paying me for that. These are all.
How much is it?
These are all things to be paid for.
Well, how much is it?
How much is
How
what?
much is it?
Okay, ladies.
Hit me up offline.
I got you. I mean, slide in that inbox tonight.
Appreciate you coming through tonight, good sir.
Man, I've been kicked out of better places.
Scooty, any last words for the good people?
Yes, actually. First of all, Ron, I want you to stop messaging me on Instagram because you be throwing shots. Like I just told Ant, I want y'all to stop sending me these fucking reels. Like, oh, that's you. Tired of it, personally. But the only thing I gotta say really is, Ant, please find some lotion because your hands are really drunk, really ashy. But I love you.
It's all you want is the shine from the light. I promise.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
No.
Let me see your knuckles. Let's see your knuckles.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let us see it.
Go like
I
this.
ain't got no knuckles.
Go
I ain't got
like
no
that.
knuckles today.
Go like that.
Hold on.
Let's see the
everybody do
knuckles.
it. Come on. Hold them up.
I left my knuckles at work.
Come on.
Next to the lotion.
Let's see you. Don't be like that. Don't be like that, Ant.
I will end this right now.
Technical difficulties. There we go. You see it? Look.
It was a
There's a little bit. There's a
little chalk. You got a little chalk.
You know,
A little bit is crazy.
Play
Okay, well, that's all I
fucker.
have. I love you. Bye,
I love
guys.
you too. Talk to you
All
later.
right, have a good night.
You too.
El Presidente, as always, thank you for being here this evening. Appreciated your time, and as always, great conversation. Do you have any last words for the good people?
Yes, I want to say I love you to my babies. I'm so proud of my boys. I'm proud of my daughter. She's having a cheering competition in 2 weeks.
Hey,
My youngest son was out in the court just cooking 18 points tonight. So Taylor, shout out to you. Mommy loves you so much. Malachi, I
boy
can't wait to
good.
see you. Yeah, look, my boys ain't no joke. Google them, honey, okay? But seriously, this is the time of the year, like I always say. Just check up on your friends. The holiday time is a very crucial time, and a lot of people are mentally and emotionally suffering. So just make sure you reach out to everybody, tell them how much you love them, how much you care about them, and check on your strong friends too, because the holidays just don't affect people that are going through something emotionally. It affects everybody. So just tell somebody that you love them. Just make sure they understand how much you feel about them. And thank you for having me today. As usual, I had a great time, and I will see y'all another time.
I was about to say, damn, nigga. But as always, I appreciate y'all coming through. As always a good time. Next week will be the last show of the year, because we have Christmas and then we got New Year's coming up after that. So we're going to take a 2-week break and come back with a fire episode. I definitely appreciate y'all. Shout out to my guy Tay. Appreciate you coming through tonight. Like I like to end every episode, live every day like it's your last, but make sure you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.
Everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Nigga, Crip up. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Huh? What?